Hey everybody, Nerdy Transformed here again. And since we started one of the older Combiner, or one of the newer Combiner Wars, how about we go back to one of the older ones? This is Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Air Raid from Wave 2. If you don't know, for some random reason, Hasbro didn't want to release all Autobots and all Decepticons at once. So they swapped two of them. Drag Strip, which I've already reviewed, was released with Aerobots. And Air Raid here was released with Motormaster in them, with the Stunticons. Don't know why, but oh well, he's here now. Even though he looks like he's a completely brand new mold, he is in fact actually a really heavy remold of Skydive. As you can see, he has the same legs as Skydive, and his arms actually transform the same way as Firefly, so it's coming across between the two. Although the actual pieces on top of the plane are completely new, which is actually very nice. I don't mind the reuse of parts as long as the vehicle mode looks really different and new. But yeah, he has a very nice look. It's very nice shiny black plastic. The silver paint on the cockpit looks good. I love the colors on the wings. And he has them on the tail fins as well, which is very nice. And the tail fins are rubber so they don't break, which is good. You can see on the side, you got some paint here, got a little bit here for the venting, and on the bottom got all the robot details. He doesn't have heavy landing gear, he just kind of sits on these two nubs here and on this nub here. He just sits like that. But you know what? He's a plane. He doesn't need the roll. One thing I do like more than on Firefly. On Firefly, his arms kind of stuck out here. On Air Raid, they're a bit bulkier, and they tried to kind of make him a little bit more aerodynamic. As you can see, they kind of give it a slight slant. Same for his head here. Kind of instead of a big block just being here, they made his head more circular, which is pretty nice. I think this is mostly a reuse of Skydive, but the arms are very similar to Firefly. But yeah, that's his vehicle mode. It's pretty nice. For comparisons, here he is next to Blades, who's the same mold as Alpha Bravo. So I guess you could call this an aerial bot comparison. Let's see, who else we got? Oh, how about an actual aerial bot, like Power Glide, who does have landing gear. The Legends Power Glide. How about, let's see, here's a recent deluxe, Age of Extinction Strafe. Who, of course, being a dinosaur, is kind of taller because he's standing up. And just for an older comparison, here's the Generations Warpath. So there's your good idea of size with him. Oh, and I knocked over some legends. You didn't say anything. His weapons are, we have the same weapon Skydive came with, just in white instead of black. And yeah, this thing's still pretty flimsy. I don't like this weapon just because it's completely hollow. It does look good, like, if you take it in. It looks pretty good on top. It does kind of make me wish it was black plastic instead, because the white plastic really makes it stick out, and it just doesn't look like a real gun. Kind of looks like one of those third-party guns you can buy from, can't remember the site off the top of my head, but it's one of those things where, like, anybody can post any kind of mold they make and they 3D print them. He does have peg holes on the sides here, as well as on the wings. You can peg them on the wings as usual, but I prefer pegging it on the side like this. It looks pretty nice like that. And he also has these rocket missiles. Yeah, let's just call them missiles. And you can also peg those on the side. You can peg them on top, but like I said, because he has these side ports, I actually like pegging them on the side. Gives a very bulky look. I mean, even without the weapons, he's already kind of really heavy bulk for a jet, but kind of reminds me of the movie '07 Voyager Starscream. Just a big bulky plane. But, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I've seen worse with the aerial bots. And his arm came unpegged. Well, since he wants to start transforming, and this is a Combiner Wars Deluxe, let's give him to leg mode. Now, his rocket mode, you flip out the back piece here, and that becomes the heel, and that's the foot. Go ahead and peg it into the back of the jet. For the actual jet piece itself, there's a lot of things you can do with the pieces. You can fold the fins in if you want, but I prefer them still folded out. These pieces, they fold up here on hinges, and these are also on the hinge. You can either have them down, or you can have them flipped up. Whichever you prefer. For the foot mode, I like to have them down to kind of give them a really solid look. Bring this cone down, flip it in, and these pieces are kind of loose, so you can kind of just flip the combiner port out, and you can give them a foot. Oh, the head's a little stuck. That's just because I was literally lazy with the transformation. So head got a little jammed in there. There we go. Not sure why that happened. There we go. So yeah, again, you have these flipped up, but I kind of like to make it look like a more solid leg. I like to have these flipped down. But yeah, that's his flip mode. His arm mode, again, same as Skydive's, just a little bit different with the arm transformation. Just kind of ports in place. Go ahead and unpeg the arms. And for this, I do like having these folded up. And if you notice, there's a little tab sticking out right there. There's a little tab. And there's a tab hole on the side of the arm. And the thing is, that's not for his plane transformation, because when he transforms into plane mode, this tab hole is used. But you notice there's a second one here. What happens is you pull the arm out like you're going to go into robot mode. You're going to move the arm back and flip and use the elbow to move the arm down. And this front tab, this tab hole that's down here next to the hand, will actually tab into the sides of the wings. Once again, tab right there. So yeah, they actually end up holding their tab just for the arm, because that's one thing the Combiner Wars arms always get kind of awkward, is when they go in the arm mode, they don't seem to know what to do with the robot arms. So they tend to just kind of hang around. But for this one, they actually give them a solid place, and it's a solid looking arm. And once again, you're just, like all the other ones, you flip out the fingers, fold up the thumb, fold it all together, and peg into there. And there you have his arm mode. And it's not a bad looking arm. Actually, yeah, come here. We got Defensor here. And yeah, it's not Superion, but I don't have him with me right now. But if you want to see what he looks like in arm mode, that's how his arm looks like on Defensor. And again, not bad arm mode. So let's get him undone, get Defensor out of here. And let's get him into his robot mode. So, turn it forward. Split the legs, and his joints are a lot tighter than Skydive's. Skydive's was really loose. These are a lot tighter. Flip the head out, pull the unpeg the arms, and just pull them back down, and there he is in his robot mode. Pretty fast from arm mode, which is why I like to do leg, because it's similar to vehicle, arm, and then finally robot mode. Just because it's kind of following the transformation steps anyway. So yeah, there he is, mighty robot mode. Let's go ahead and get the comparisons out of the way. Combiner Wars Power Glide, his fellow aerial bot buddy. Blades, once again, a remold of his aerial bot buddy Alpha Bravo. And Age of Extinction Strafe. Just getting our Deluxe Flyer in there. So here we have our flying team. You can see, yep, definitely still bigger than Legends. I do like how he handles his kibble a lot better than Blades here. Blades kind of just has this all kind of just folded up, but not well. It's just all kind of hanging off of him. Well, his is a bit more elegant, and you can kind of do more stuff with it like this. Buzz Lightyear Star Command, I don't know why I think of that. And yeah, handling it a little bit better than Strafe here. And Strafe can barely stand for some reason. Probably because of his kibble. Let's go and get them all out of the way. And U2 Power Glide. So yeah, here's his robot mode. It's pretty good looking. Again, like I mentioned, same legs as Skydive, but painted, at least these are painted. On Skydive, it was just gray plastic. Here we do got some red paint, and it does kind of give it a different look. The arms are completely new from what I can tell. Got a tiny little Autobot symbol right there. I do like how the chest looks. It's got these big old vents right here that just look really cool. You do got some yellow right here. Then we don't have any paint here, but we do got on the legs, which I do prefer anyway. And I love the head sculpt. I never care much for the aerial bots because they always look the same to me, but with these head sculpts, each aerial bot has a unique look, and I kind of like that. Like we have Skydive, who's big and broad-shouldered with a little bullet head, and this guy we just have, for air raid, we just have like this armored... He does kind of have this armored look, because he has these panels on these arms. And they actually are separate, like not separate piece, but they're molded to look like a separate armored piece, and they're painted. So it kind of gives them these armored, not shields, but gauntlets almost. Yeah, I'm gonna go with gauntlets. Also, unique to all the other bots, he has peg holes in his arms, so you can attach his weapons. And let's get this folded back up in his weapon mode. So you can give him sidearm weapons rather than having him hold them, which means he can become even more armed up by holding other weapons if you have them. I think it works well for the blaster, because that blaster does look good for an arm weapon. Not so much with the rocket pack, just because how big and bulky it is. But, you know, you can just have him hold it. And that's how I prefer to have him. And it looks fine. Like I mentioned, the wings, there's a lot you can do with them. You can kind of split them out like this. Oh yeah, and if you're curious, he's an F-14 jet fighter. That's what kind of plane he is. I forgot to mention that. An F-14, huh? I kind of like how small his eyes are. It kind of gives him a very calm look. He kind of reminds me of like Prowl from... Yeah, like how tiny his head gets. It kind of looks like a Prowl from Animated. Except he has like a big helmet. Which, Prowl did get a big helmet later when he became a samurai, so yeah. It kind of looks like... I could see it as like somebody repainting this as Prowl from Animated. That would actually be pretty cool. If somebody does that, let me know. I'd love to see that. You can have the wings folded down, you can have them folded up, can have them splayed out, can have them folded down while splayed out. Buzz Lightyear Star Command here. Personally, I prefer to eat them like this, or folded down like that. Just kind of gives him that jet look. And it kind of goes with his tail this here, but I'll leave him folded up for now. So yeah, a lot of good paint. He's got blue on the head, he's got some silver on the face, he's got red. Yeah, I believe this is... No, that's plastic, isn't it? Yeah, the red is plastic, but he's got all this orange yellow here. Red on the legs. Orange on the arms. And he's still got all this painted on the back. Which, if anything needed paint, definitely needed that there. And it all just looks really good. He's probably my favorite of the deluxe aerial bots. I still like Silverbolt more, but I do... For everybody who praises Firefly and Skydive, and Alpha Bravo, I honestly prefer this guy. This guy's my favorite. I do like Firefly's look a lot, and Skydive definitely looks unique, but this one's just a lot of fun, and his joints are really tight. His head is on a ball joint. He's got a ball joint at the shoulder, and it goes outward, and of course you have that hinge in there if you really want to use it. You got a swivel, got an elbow, and he's got one of these interesting elbows where instead of it going, like, having his arm, the elbow joint here, it's actually above, so it gives him like a longish arm when he uses his elbow. Swivel, ball joint at the leg, swivel above the knee, and a really tight knee joint. Thank you. After Skydive, I need a tight knee joint, and you can kind of get a good kick going. Just kick. You can try kick defense, or I'm not sure it's gonna be any good. And he also has this hole in the back if you do have a display stand. And yeah, you can see the back of the arms, they're all filled out, the legs are empty and hollow. All this other stuff that we've been expecting from the since Generations. But you know what? He is a really nice little Combiner Wars Deluxe. And I really like him. I'm really glad I got him. It's kind of weird. I take all these airtime with the other Deluxes, yet a Combiner Wars I'm able to run through pretty fast. But yeah, it's a mold. We've seen all the Combiner Wars molds, you know. They're all very similar. They all have a very similar transformations. Arm pop out. Legs unfold, all that good stuff. But you know what? I think this one's worth picking up. Are we going a little overboard with Combiner Wars Deluxes? Probably, but I think their start was a pretty good start. Anyway, I'm Nary Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you have a good day. Later.